When the church returns back to what it was meant to be, government will shake, nations will quake, institutions will respect themselves. I went to see the commanding officer of the military barracks here, the army barracks. I was with the Oga at the top few days ago last week in his office. While we're coming out, one of the young men who followed me said, Kaiser, I would like to be an army man. Because you came here and you saw order, you saw attention, you saw people who are smart, you saw their staff dressed in their uniform, smartly moving, everything is in order, the whole place is arranged and neat. Because you saw order, you are now admiring being in the army. Whereas the real army is the soldiers of the cross. The real army is the church. They are the ones who are supposed to be looking at us and saying, Kai, I admire the church, I wish I was a Christian. You're wishing to be like them. Why are you wishing to be in the army? Because of the order you see there, because of the discipline you see there, because of the protocol you see there, because there are no nonsense people. That's why some of you are just polluting God's kingdom with your disorder, your lateness, your inability to I'm looking for words I can't even find. No wonder the governor of Anambra State can walk up to a market and see a pastor doing crusade and insult him hands down. I was meeting that military general for the first time in his office. When I finished talking with him, I gave him all the packages I came for them, all the packages I brought to them. I ended by introducing myself because he asked me, this organization, tell me a little bit more. I told him and all that. And they said, how do you get your funding? I was telling him some things, and I told him, this is the umbrella organization I run, and under that umbrella I have so number of organizations. I said, including a church. He looked at me. I said, yes, I'm a pastor. He said, That one shocked him. That one got to him. He didn't know that the person who was talking to him was a pastor. So you see how many of our pastors, how many of our Christians, how many of our church members can represent God well in the corridors of power, in the corridors of influence, in the military. How many of our Christians, with this kind of life we're living, we cannot show forth. We can't show forth. They will bound us and throw us away. Before I even saw the Oga at the top has sent his orderly to come and get information from me. What is the content of this visit? I gave the lady the brief. The smart young lady gave her the brief. She went inside and told the man. This time it was not the lady who came to receive me. It was the man who came out himself to come and receive me and bring me into his office by himself. Because I'm sure when the orderly went back to tell the Oga, she must have said the man makes a lot of sense. And many Christians tying these scarves, tying this there, wearing whatever they claim makes them religious and Christians, who cannot show forth in any space to represent God well. Because when you look at our life, it's a broken order, broken order, broken.